Welcome to Japan is a curious mix of old-world charm and modern innovation. Picture this. You're walking down a narrow lane, framed by ancient wooden houses, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a futuristic silent train zooms by in the distance. This is Japan, where the past and the future exist side by side in almost perfect harmony. Now, don't think for a second that Japan is all Zen temples and ramen shops, although it does have some great ones. It's also a place where neon lights shine as bright as the sun, trains come with their own concierges, and technology moves so fast you might think it's from another dimension. And yet, despite all that modern hustle and bustle, there's a respect for tradition that feels almost sacred. Curious? You should be. Japan's story is full of contrasts. It's a high-tech society wrapped in a kimono of cultural heritage. Its intriguing mix of the old and new brings together countless interesting facts that can boggle the mind. Did you know Japanese trains are among the most punctual in the world? With an average delay of just 18 seconds, they're more reliable than your favorite microwave. And here's another quirky one. Most Japanese adults have their own personal seal, called a hanko, which they use instead of signatures. Imagine if instead of signing documents, you had to stamp them with your own personalized seal. But there's more to this fascinating country than its trains or hankos. Japan's life documents tell stories of deeply rooted values: honor, respect, perseverance, all of which shape not only the people, but also the places. Majestic Mount Fuji, that's considered both a natural wonder and a spiritual symbol, to the dynamic cities like Tokyo and Osaka that never sleep. Life in Japan is a series of contrasts that somehow work beautifully together. So if you're ready to explore ancient shrines, bustling cities, and serene landscapes, buckle up. This travel video fork experience is about to kick off. Japan offers an unparalleled opportunity for cultural immersion. Imagine sipping matcha tea in a centuries-old tea house, watching cherry blossoms fall like delicate pink snow, or hearing the hum of monks chanting in the background as incense fills the air. It's a sensory overload, but one that fills you with tranquility rather than stress. This is the magic of Japan, a place where everything from the architecture to the food seems to hold a story that stretches back centuries. Ready to dig in even deeper? Let's uncover more about this enchanting nation. Interesting facts about Japan. Now let's start with a few fun facts. Remember those punctual trains? Japan's railway operators are so obsessed with being on time that an apology is issued for delays longer than 60 seconds. Yes, you read that right. 60 seconds. You could boil an egg longer than that and they'd still be sorry about it. And let's not forget the hanko, the official stamp that serves as a signature for everything from banking to getting a library card. Can you imagine heading into your local bank and stamping a fancy seal instead of scribbling your signature? Well, that's everyday life in Japan. But beyond quirky traditions and extreme efficiency, there's a deeply artistic side to Japan too. The art of bonsai, which can be seen throughout cities like Saitama, is practiced with such dedication that some bonsai trees are over 800 years old. And how about those kimonos? Donning one can involve as many as 12 different layers, each with its own significance. Think of it like fashion, but with a meaningful twist. Plus, it's about as far from fast fashion as you can get. Oh, and one more thing for food lovers. Did you know Tokyo holds the world record for the most Michelin-starred restaurants of any city? And it's not just sushi either. Tokyo's culinary diversity is so impressive that you could spend a lifetime eating through the city's incredible food scene without exhausting its offerings. Fancy a bowl of ramen at a Michelin-starred establishment. Or perhaps an intimate kaiseki meal that captures the essence of each season. Tokyo offers these culinary adventures and so much more. And let's not forget, Japan is home to the world's shortest escalator. Yes, that's right, an escalator just 32.8 inches tall. It's located in the basement of Moore's department store in Kawasaki, and it's a quirky little testament to how even the mundane in Japan can be fascinating. Japan's love for efficiency also extends to its vending machines. With over 5 million vending machines scattered across the country, you can get everything from hot coffee to fresh eggs at the push of a button. Ever tried a can of hot corn soup from a vending machine? It's an unexpectedly comforting treat, especially in winter. All right, enough teasing. Let's get into the thick of it. Tokyo, the thriving capital. Tokyo is Japan's beating heart. It's the kind of place where modernity rises from every corner. But if you dig a little, you can find whispers of the past. Shinjuku District, for example, is the world's most populous metropolitan area. It buzzes with energy 24/7. Think Times Square, but 10 times more. This city is like a giant neon playground that demands your attention. Want sushi for breakfast? Done. A midnight sumo match? Why not? But for all the crazy options, Tokyo also has its serene spaces. You can find tranquility in places like the Meiji Shrine, hidden right in the middle of the city. It's almost like stepping out of the rabbit hole and into a Zen garden. Do you think you could manage a high-paced Tokyo lifestyle? Or would you be more at home in the temple gardens? Shibuya Crossing is something you just have to experience. A sea of people rushing in every direction all at once. It's chaos, yet there's something oddly beautiful about it. And then there's the food. Tokyo isn't called the culinary capital of the world for no reason. In fact, if you've ever tried sushi, you've probably tasted a hint of Tokyo's influence. Fun fact, there are over 200 Michelin-starred restaurants in Tokyo alone, ranging from tiny sushi bars to glamorous French bistros. So if you're a foodie, Tokyo might just be your heaven on earth. The variety in Tokyo is astounding. Not just the food, but the entertainment, the shopping, and the cultural experiences. Have you ever heard of cat cafes? Yes, they're as adorable as they sound. Tokyo even has owl cafes and hedgehog cafes. It's an animal lover's paradise in the most unexpected way. And don't forget the countless shrines where centuries-old traditions are still practiced daily. All this, wrapped in flashing lights and bustling streets, makes Tokyo an exciting juxtaposition of old and new, east and west. For those interested in technology, a visit to Odaiba is a must. This man-made island in Tokyo Bay boasts futuristic attractions such as the Unicorn Gundam statue and the Digital Art Museum by Team Lab. Imagine stepping into an interactive digital world where walls, floors, and ceilings are alive with color and movement. It's like diving into a travel video fork in real time. And if you're in the mood for something traditional, head over to Asakusa to see the iconic Senso-si Temple, Tokyo's oldest temple, where the scent of incense and the sound of wooden geta clogs create a nostalgic vibe that contrasts beautifully with Tokyo's modern skyline. Saitama, the quiet neighbor. Not far from Tokyo lies Saitama, a prefecture that doesn't receive as much hype, but deserves every bit of it. Picture a place that blends industry, agriculture, and bonsai, all in one. Yes, bonsai. Saitama is home to the Bonsai Art Museum, where you can see trees older than the United States. And who needs a time machine when you can just look at a bonsai that's been around for centuries? The prefecture also shines with its agricultural produce, vegetables and fruits that thrive under the Japanese sun. Food processing is a big deal here, and if you're lucky, you might even see some of the traditional festivals. Oh, and let's not forget soccer. Saitama's got a pretty strong passion for it, especially when it comes to the Urawa Red Diamonds. So who's up for catching a match? The contrast between bustling Tokyo and peaceful Saitama could not be starker. And yet, that's what makes a visit to Saitama so refreshing. It's the chance to unwind, to experience the slower side of Japan. Have you ever watched the meticulous care that goes into pruning a bonsai tree? It's almost meditative and seems to represent the slow-paced lifestyle of Saitama compared to Tokyo's frenzy. And while Saitama might seem like a sleepy neighbor, it has its thrills. For example, the Railway Museum in Omiya is a treasure trove for train enthusiasts. It showcases the evolution of Japan's railway network, complete with interactive exhibits, simulators, and historical locomotives. There's something magical about learning how trains, which represent modernity, have evolved alongside the nation itself. Feeling adventurous? Try rafting down the Nagatoro River. With its beautiful gorges and gentle rapids, it offers a refreshing escape from city life, making Saitama a well-rounded destination that's both soothing and exhilarating. Yamanashi, the fruit kingdom. Yamanashi is what I'd call Japan's natural paradise. Situated at the foot of Mount Fuji, Yamanashi's beauty is straight out of a travel video folk experience. It's filled with lush vineyards and stunning lakes that almost seem to glisten with happiness. If you love the outdoors, Yamanashi's got it all: hiking, fruit picking, and spiritual shrines like the Kitaguchi Hongu Fuji Sengen Shrine, where ancient traditions live on. Yamanashi is also famous for its grapes and peaches, often called the best in Japan. The weather is temperate and the views are jaw-dropping, particularly around Lake Kawaguchi, which offers arguably the best view of Mount Fuji. If the sound of nature calls to you, there's hardly a better place to be. Another gem in Yamanashi is the Shozankyo Gorge, one of Japan's most scenic spots. It's not just a hiking destination, but also an art gallery brought to life by Mother Nature herself. The gorge is filled with dramatic cliffs, waterfalls, and beautiful foliage, making it a travel video folk dream come true. Have you ever imagined what it's like to walk through a canyon where every step makes you feel closer to nature? That's what Yamanashi gives you, a deep, intrinsic connection to the natural world. And let's not overlook Fuji-Q Highland, a thrilling amusement park that sits in the shadow of Mount Fuji. It's famous for having some of the most intense roller coasters in the world. The juxtaposition of adrenaline-fueled rides against the serene backdrop of Mount Fuji is an experience like no other. After a day of thrills, you can unwind in one of the many onsen in the area. Imagine relaxing in a hot spring bath with a view of Japan's iconic mountain. It's a true travel video folk moment. Mount Fuji, the majestic symbol. Mount Fuji is not just a mountain, it's an icon, a symbol of Japanese culture, spirituality, and beauty. Towering at 8 feet, it's the tallest mountain in Japan, and since 2013, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Its perfectly conical shape makes it postcard perfect, but its allure is much deeper. For the Japanese, Mount Fuji is a place of worship, a beacon of resilience. And let's not forget, this volcano may look peaceful, but it's actually classified as active, though it hasn't erupted since 1707. In spring, the landscape around Mount Fuji becomes especially stunning, with cherry blossoms adding vibrant hues of pink to the scenery. The mountain is more than a photo op, it's a spiritual experience. Hiking up Fuji is not for the faint of heart, but the experience is so rewarding. It'll give you a new appreciation for nature. After all, there's something profoundly moving about watching the sunrise from Japan's highest point. Mount Fuji's lakes are also worth mentioning. Lake Kawaguchi, one of the Fuji 5 lakes, is particularly famous for reflecting the mountain's grandeur. Taking a boat ride across the lake as Mount Fuji looms in the background is a scene straight out of a travel video fork. The moment is serene, calming, and awe-inspiring. It's almost as if time stops when you're surrounded by such natural magnificence. Another attraction worth noting is the Fuji Subaru Line 5th station, the highest point you can reach by vehicle, located halfway up the mountain. Here, you can take in spectacular views of the surrounding landscapes, or simply breathe in the crisp, cool mountain air. There's a sense of humility and wonder standing at the base of this mighty peak, knowing that countless pilgrims have made the same journey over the centuries. Ishigaki Island, Japan, tropical haven. If you've ever dreamt of a tropical paradise, Ishigaki Islands are where you'll find it. The East China Sea cradles these beautiful islands that boast stunning turquoise waters, crystal clear beaches, and colorful coral reefs. Imagine snorkeling alongside vibrant schools of fish while gentle waves cradle you. That is Ishigaki in a nutshell. The culture here is a blend of Japanese and Ryukyu influences, which makes it even more exciting to explore. Want to see the famous Kabira Bay? Let me save you a ticket. Emerald waters, white sand, and a shoreline dotted with lush vegetation, it almost feels surreal. Swimming is prohibited here to protect the ecosystem, but taking a boat tour allows you to enjoy its beauty without disturbing the delicate balance. Adventure seekers, you might want to try hiking up Mount Omoto, the tallest peak on the island. Ishigaki is also known for its distinct local cuisine, which combines the bounty of the sea with the distinct flavors of Okinawan cuisine. How about some fresh sashimi caught right before your eyes? Ishigaki gives you the feeling of being connected with nature, while also showcasing the hospitality and warmth of local Japanese culture. Have you ever wondered what it's like to taste food that's as fresh as the ocean breeze itself? Well, Ishigaki delivers just that. And it's not just about the beaches. Adventure a little inland and you'll discover lush mangrove forests teeming with wildlife. Kayaking through these mangroves is an experience straight out of a travel video fork. The gentle rustling of leaves, the splash of your paddle, and the occasional bird call create a soundtrack that's as soothing as it is invigorating. Whether you prefer water sports or exploring the unique cultural heritage of Ishigaki, there's always something awe-inspiring waiting around the corner. Hiroshima, resilience and reflection. Hiroshima, a city with a name synonymous with resilience. Although Hiroshima has a tragic history, it's also a beacon of hope, showing us what can be rebuilt with determination and courage. Peace Memorial Park stands as a solemn reminder of the events of 1945, and there's something deeply moving about seeing the atomic bomb dome still standing. Visiting the Peace Memorial Museum is both somber and enlightening, and it serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of peace. Not far away, you can find natural beauty, too. Mount Fuji, with its beautiful shrines and stunning views, gives you a chance to breathe in the fresh air and remember that the world is as beautiful as it is fragile. Hiroshima's transformation is nothing short of a miracle, and you'll find the warmth of its people as captivating as the sights. Walking along the streets of Hiroshima today, you would never guess the hardships the city endured. Today it's bustling, full of life, and there's an undeniable sense of community that defines Hiroshima. Eating Hiroshima-style okonomiyaki, a savory pancake filled with cabbage, noodles, and pork, is a delightful culinary experience that speaks of the city's resilience. After all, what better way to understand a city than through its food? If you're interested in something a little more spiritual, consider taking the ferry to Miyajima Island, just a short distance from Hiroshima. The journey across the water is as much a part of the experience as the destination itself. With Mount Mizzen towering in the background, Miyajima Island feels like a sanctuary, somewhere to reflect, to reconnect with oneself, and to appreciate the endurance of the human spirit. Itsukushima Shrine, the floating beauty. Itsukushima Shrine, located on Miyajima Island, feels almost magical. During high tide, its famous Torii Gate appears to float on water, giving the entire site an ethereal feel. The shrine itself was built in 593, but what's even more fascinating is the rich history and architectural ingenuity that make it appear as if it's part of the sea. Walking through its pathways, with the waves lapping gently below, you can't help but feel a deep connection with the natural world. The island of Miyajima is also famous for its friendly deer, which wander freely across the island and seem to pose for pictures with tourists. These deer are considered sacred, which adds to the charm and mystical appeal of the shrine. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to share your travels with an adorable companion? In Miyajima, you're never truly alone. Would you like to see Mount Fuji up close, or stroll beneath the iconic Torii Gate in Itsukushima? For me, there's no wrong answer here. They're both experiences that will leave you breathless. Miyajima is more than just its shrine. Take a cable car ride up Mount Misen, and you'll be rewarded with panoramic views of the Seto Inland Sea. If you're lucky, you might even see a family of Japanese macaques playing among the trees. And when you're ready to descend, why not stay a little longer to watch the sunset behind the Torii Gate? The changing colors reflected on the water make for a breathtaking scene, definitely a travel video fork moment. Hakone, relaxation at its finest. Podei is Japan's ultimate relaxation zone, and let me tell you, there's nothing quite like soaking in a natural hot spring after a long day of exploring. Located just 60 miles from Tokyo, Hakone is known for its onsen, hot springs, incredible views of Mount Fuji, and even museums dedicated to the arts. I mean, how often can you say you went from soaking in a thermal bath to viewing Picasso's work, all within a day? The natural beauty of Hakone is simply enchanting, with Lake Ashi providing some of the most picturesque views you'll find in Japan. But Hakone is more than just onsen. It's a place where you can take a leisurely cruise across the lake while enjoying the spectacle of Mount Fuji in the background. Hakone is also the gateway to some incredible hiking trails that take you through lush green forests and past ancient shrines. And let's talk about the Hakone Open Air Museum, which is an incredible fusion of nature and art. The sculptures are nestled among hills and gardens, making it feel as if the artwork is part of the landscape itself. The experience here is like stepping into a living travel video fork masterpiece where you not only view art but become a part of it. Kyoto, a timeless cradle of culture. If Tokyo is Japan's future, Kyoto is history. For over 1,000 years, this was the capital of Japan, and its ancient traditions have been wonderfully preserved. Kyoto's temples are legendary. Kinkakuje, the golden pavilion, shines in the sunlight like a treasure. And walking through Fushimi Inari's torii gates is like walking into another era. And don't forget Gion, the historic geisha district. Seeing a geisha move gracefully through the narrow streets of Gion is like stepping into a scene from old Japan. Want a cultural experience? Try Kyoto's matcha tea ceremony. It's equal parts tradition and deliciousness. And if you're feeling up for it, explore Arashiyama's famous bamboo grove. It's one of those places that's even better in person, with bamboo stalks rising to the sky and creating an otherworldly atmosphere. Travel video fork moments are practically guaranteed. Kyoto's also known for its seasonal beauty, cherry blossoms in spring, vibrant green leaves in summer, fiery colors in autumn, and a snowy charm in winter. The Philosopher's Path, lined with cherry blossoms, is a particularly popular spot for contemplation. Ever wanted to take a leisurely walk while thinking deep thoughts surrounded by ethereal beauty? Kyoto makes you feel like a character in a classic Japanese haiku. Inari Shrine. Fushimi Inari is one of those places you have to see to believe. Imagine thousands of vibrant red torii gates snaking up Mount Inari in seemingly endless rows. It's dedicated to Inari, the deity of agriculture, and walking through the torii feels like you're on a pilgrimage to another realm. Along the way, you'll spot fox statues everywhere. Foxes are considered Inari's messengers, and they're also kind of adorable. If you're feeling adventurous, the trail leads you all the way up the mountain, with each stop offering breathtaking views of Kyoto. Plus, the higher you go, the fewer tourists you'll see, so you can have those travel video fork moments all to yourself. Have you ever experienced walking through a tunnel of color, where each step takes you deeper into serenity? Fushimi Inari offers exactly that, a meditative journey where the rhythmic passing of torii gates gives you a sense of timelessness. The experience is as spiritual as it is visual. If you're visiting Kyoto during a festival, you're in for a treat. Fushimi Inari hosts several throughout the year, including Hatsu-uma, which celebrates the shrine's founding. Watching locals dressed in colorful kimonos, the sight of torii gates, and the echoes of drums and flutes create an atmosphere of unity and reverence. It's an immersion into a Japan that has been meticulously preserved for generations. Nara is a place that feels like it's out of a fairy tale. It was Japan's first official capital, and it remains a city steeped in culture. One of its main attractions is Todaiji Temple, which houses the largest bronze Buddha statue in Japan. And if you're wondering why Nara is known as the land of sacred deer, well, it's because over 1,000 deer roam freely through Nara Park. These friendly creatures are considered sacred, and legend has it, they are messengers of the gods. Walking through Nara Park, you'll see deer bowing to tourists in exchange for treats. No joke. These deer have mastered the art of politeness better than most humans, which makes them an absolute delight to meet. Nara also offers several other captivating temples and shrines, like Kasuga Taisha, which is adorned with hundreds of stone and bronze lanterns. During special festivals, the lanterns are lit, transforming the area into a glowing wonderland. Ever seen thousands of lanterns light up at once? It's a breathtaking scene, straight out of a travel video fork compilation, only experienced in person. From the skyscrapers of Tokyo to the serene gardens of Kyoto, Japan, is a country that's endlessly fascinating. Whether you're soaking in an onsen in Hakone, trekking through the bamboo groves of Arashiyama, or having a polite deer bow to you in Nara, there's something new to discover around every corner. This is a place where tradition meets technology, where nature and culture coexist in perfect harmony. And isn't that what makes traveling so wonderful? Experiencing the unexpected, the contrast, and the magic of new places? Japan offers all that and more, wrapped in a kimono of charm and an LED-lit skyline of wonder. So, whether you want to explore Shirakawa-go's storybook village or experience the vibrant streets of Osaka, Japan will not disappoint. As they say in Japan, tabi wa michizuri o banasake, which translates roughly to, on a journey, we are all travelers together. Let's continue this journey of discovery. Until next time, safe travels, and may your next adventure be as beautiful as Japan's cherry blossoms in spring. Travel video fork moments await. You just need to grab your passport,